Nyght ride on the track.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How you guys are doing? It's a special edition of Champagne Confessions, a little bit of a taste of Ladybirds of AFN, just a bit of that, but we're doing something different over here. Of course, we are going to be talking about a little bit of sports, but we're going to have a little twist to it as a champagne, edition. So what's going on? I've seen some people that was already in the chat. Sherman Wood, he was here early. What's going on? What's good, family? Also, there's a link in the chat. Make sure you guys are donating, and Kyle will tell you about that in a moment, to let you know what you're donating to kind of help out with that fund. What's going on, Tony Hall? Good evening, AFN family. LLQJ, hey, ladies. Sonia Howell, red and black. I see you, ma'am. I see you. As Bison Moore, good evening, family. I hope you guys are doing well. Even if you're not, this is the show for you, because this is where we talk about our feelings, get through some things together. And what's going on, Matt Mike? We hear people. Go ahead and share this content out. Get everybody to know that we are here. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in right about now. But let's go ahead and introduce who we are in case some people are new to the channel, or, if you don't, I'm surprised, because we're pretty much everywhere. AFN. So we are the ladies of Champagne Confessions. And of course, you know me as Maggie T, with Ladybirds of AFN, owner, all that of Atlanta Falcons Nation over there. But right next to me, let me get my pointing right. Who we got next to me? I think you're muted, ma'am. I think you're muted. I can't hear you. Hold on. Make sure I'm up.
Why is it? Okay, it's unmuted. Why did it was unmuted? Okay, well, I don't know what happened. Can you hear me now? Because it's saying it's good.
I can hear you now. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it wasn't showing it was muted. But you guys know me. You should, from Champagne Confessions right here, where you are tuned in to, and of course, Ladybirds of AFN. So it's always good to see y'all again every week to join in on the, the fun, the seriousness, the shenanigans and everything. So.
Oh, yes. A lot of shenanigans.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. As you see the background, it's going to kind of lead into what we're going to talk about a little later, but that's the fun part of it. Let's go ahead and get into a little bit of my mental space motivation. If you're new to the
Mm-hmm.
channel, we always give a little positive, thoughts for your brain before you go to bed, so you can wake up on a positive note. Because to me, that's most important. Always go to bed in a good mood, and you'll wake up in a better mood. So, and start your day off right. So let's go ahead. Miss Kai, I always come up with the amazing, of course, My Mental Space Incorporated. In case you don't know, our nonprofit organization there. You'll hear a lot more about what we got up and coming soon, but let's go ahead and get into that quote. It says, "The mind replays what the heart can't delete." And what made you think about that, Kai? Just give me a little elaboration about that. I'm gonna leave this up there for a moment so everybody can
if it's something, that you're continuing to, I know at least for me, can't move from or have not moved on, even if it's in the past, but you all, that feeling from, when you were in that moment, you're going to continue, it's going to continuously play in your mind. And that's where the wear and tear comes down, because the mind, like people say, mental health is not important. I don't understand that, because your mind controls everything. So, I don't understand that. But so if you can't let go of it, it's just something that's going to continue to play over and over again. And it's going to continue to wear down on your heart, literally, especially if you're stressing about it, that can cause some other problems. So that's why I chose it, because, I feel like within this season, when we talked about just do it, just go out there and get it done, stop thinking about it. And that's kind of where I am right now in that season. Like, I don't like the procrastination, because that wears down on me, and I'm such a go-getter, you gotta. So when I feel like myself personally, I have sat on something too long, it just makes me crazy. And that's what it does. So that's why I kind of put out certain quotes like that, like just do it. And there was another one last week. I'm not sure. I can't remember what that one said, but along with this one, because just you gotta let certain things go, the negative stuff. Now happy thoughts, okay, if it makes you smile, laugh, that's one thing. But if it makes you cry and it brings you stress and it brings you worry, let it go. Let it go so you can move on. So that's all I got for that.
Okay, and I agree with you. It's like my thing is we do tend to hold on to things. Like you'll allow somebody to live rent free in your head, and they've completely moved on from it, don't live in their wonderful life or whatever, and you're over there just still, thinking about it, can't get over it, don't want to get over it, holding this extremely crazy grudge for years. I know people that haven't talked to each other, and I mean, honestly, I have a situation right there where I don't talk to one of my previous best friends, and it was just over some stuff that, I thought that person was going to be there for me. So it's like, now I just hold this, okay, let me down. I don't even want to reach out. I think maybe once or twice I was like, hey, thinking about you. And it was more one of those, okay, whatever, dry type responses. So it's like, okay, I got you. But that was me just saying, okay, just forgiving and moving on from it. So once again, I think that is a great quote. It's just reminding you guys that the mind replays what the heart can't delete. So you have to work on your heart, your internal, whatever is making you feel. You have to forgive. You may not forget it,
right?
But you can forgive. And my thing is, forgive the situation, forgive the person, but for yourself. You don't even have to speak to this person to forgive them. It's like, you know what? I don't no longer want this to be a burden on me, something that's weighing heavy on my shoulders. So you know what? I forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is no longer going to hold me down into a crutch where I'm just angry at the world because I'm mad at you, or things that happened to me in the past, regardless of something that was uncontrollable or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're all human and we make mistakes, and some people are wicked. You know, let God handle that when they meet their maker on that one. But don't allow that to weigh you down to where you're going crazy. And this person is like, oh, I see that you are very upset and hurt about this. They won at this point.
They
Because
won. Yeah, because when you said living rent free, Maggie, when you said living rent free, also it's that to me, that's control.
Mm-hmm.
They have now, like, they have the control.
I agree. So you don't want nobody to have control over you. So that's why you have to, especially when it comes to your sanity, irritability. I just actually did a test thanks to Mike and some of his connections with that's in the professional world. Not only did they say that I have PTSD, seasonal depression, and anxiety, I just did a test on ADHD, and I passed it with flying colors. So
I believe it.
So
I mean, yeah,
I got a lot going on. So it's like when somebody comes into your life and makes it worse,
mm-hmm.
and you're questioning how you feel every day, you're not feeling well, and that person is not bringing something positive into your life. You feel like you're going down a hole of avoiding people. That's a problem, and that's something that I deal with every day. But on that's the motivational thing. Just it's more of just kind of reminding you that don't allow anybody to control who you are. You walk away from it. You're not obligated, family or not, spouse, whatever. Don't allow somebody to control you. I've self-diagnosed with the whole alphabet A. It's all right. John's a good brother. So. But that's that. We had enough of that because, of course, later on in the show, we're going to do a lot of bit of, soul touching and, coping. So, we wanted to fill your head up with a little motivation, but let's talk about a hot topic. And share this content out, people. This is Champagne Confessions, in case you didn't know. We talk about gossip. We do motivation. And, of course, there's be a segment. We'll have a couple of people on later on in the show to kind of, vent, get your problems out, because, we finna go there today. So get ready, get your glass, get your tissues, because we talking about some stuff later. So, but as far as this one, though, I don't know anybody's paying attention to, but, what you got to say, Kai?
Well, last week when we were headed to the stadium, we listened to, I put on the Chris Brown's latest track that came out just a few days ago, right? Last week, I think. And
it's been a week of a month of just disses, beefs, quite a few of them, Drake. I mean, what is going on with everybody now? Look. This is getting good. So what you think about this, Kai? We're gonna untangle the ongoing feud between Chris Brown and Quavo, and I'll go over it for those that don't really pay attention to the celebrity gossip and stuff like that. But it seems like that's what everybody likes to thrive on. But apparently, they're throwing jabs at each other. And it's kind of over a lady, which is crazy because it's like, you got all this money in the world, apparently y'all didn't work out. Apparently didn't work out with the last person. Y'all both passing around, folks, but you're in your feelings about it. It says basically, 1 second. days after Chris Brown took aim at Migos Quavo with his song Freak, the rapper fired back with his single Tender. So Quavo came back, which has continued to escalate. And then, of course, we'll kind of get into what happened. Quavo and Chris Brown been having some issues with each other that they're not resolving. So I guess now they're taking it to music. They basically never sorted out that feud that stems all the way back to 2017, though it's been recently reignited with 4 songs that dealt major blows to one another. The R&B singer threw the first punch with Freak, featuring Lil Wayne, Jonah Lucas, and T Grizzly. And of course he had some things to say. Okay, now effing my old ain't gonna make us equal. So basically saying, yeah, you're dealing with my old weight, that ain't gonna make us equal. Freak bitch, she's like Casamigos, not the Migos. I don't fuck with bougie bitches, man. That shit is all hype. Sorry for the disclaimer. Of course, I was trying to read it without the, but I'm gonna have to read it the way. Right. Put your kids away, okay? Because this is not the show for you. We do kind of get, colorful on this show. The lyrics seem to stem from their previous beef over Karachi Tran, or however you say her name.
Karuchi.
And refer to the Migos hit Bad and Bougie. The model who dated Chris Brown from 2011 to 2015 was linked to Quavo 2 years after her breakup. The duo denied the allegations at the time, but were spotted out several times over the years. So why is it coming back? I don't know. Maybe something happened. I don't know, but let me see what the fans are saying in the chat about what you got to think about it.
This. I know that it was said and I'm not sure because they were saying this about Riri too, that he hasn't gotten over Karuchi. I know that was a big thing for him. So I don't know. I don't know with Chris Brown. I still haven't. I don't know if he's over either one of them as far as Riri or Karuchi, because I've heard the both type of stories with him not being able to get over the relationship. So I don't know how true that is, one versus the other, but as far as Karuchi, yes, that's what I've heard. That's probably, I don't know if that's the cause of it, but
well, I guess it is because it's basically some lyrics right here. It was basically, he was saying that he brought up the domestic violence against her. And of course, there's basically saying that the model testified back in 2017 that he sent threats several times while demanding that she return the diamond rings he gifted her. And of course, Quavo also saying he's a crackhead and all kinds of stuff. So, and then of course, Chris Brown comes back and it's like, well, people really wish you were dead instead of, so
yeah.
I don't want to get too deep in that conversation because it's like, it's, what's up, Christy Lewis, J-Rock? Thank you for rating the show tonight. We appreciate you. So John said, so these guys are feuding in the form of published and recorded music that they make money from. Do any of their fans feel kind of used in this process? And that's what I'm saying. And so it's like, I don't take nothing that people, these celebrities are putting out. Look at Drake and them, what's going on with all this good, well, I don't know about good music, but music that's coming back and forth with these beefs and things like that. There's really nothing going on right now. So it's like, hey, let's light up the springtime and the summer into some controversy and get people listening to music again. Because right now, even with the ladies, they're beefing and things like that. Actually, it kind of slowed down just a little bit. Now it's the guys kind of front with the. But I'm all for a good rap beef. And then Chris Brown, a lot of people didn't know that he can.
He was rapping like he went from, and then at the end he did say something about you pretty much got this from an R&B dude. He said another word, but I mean, he was rapping now. He was, I don't know if anybody's heard it, but just go out. It's called, what is it called? The new, well, just look for both of them, but you'll know it. But he was, kind of, I was shocked, but not really shocked. But,
he's a talented guy. He's talented. You know, I give him that. So
I don't like the feuding.
I don't like the feuding. But like he said, John was like, you know, do we feel like it's used? Yeah. I mean, we're going to be on the tour somewhere. You know, now one thing I'm going to laugh about though, if anybody's seen that they supposedly had Quavo had a concert and there's a rumor that Chris Brown bought all the tickets out. And I guess whoever was there, maybe, you know, some people that already did their tickets, but there was nobody at his show. And of course, from what I'm seeing, Mr. Petty, you know, 50 Cent, I think he had some birthday. Yeah, you know, so it's a lot of little funniness going on with that situation, but
it's
I hope they keep it just with music and that's that, because when it starts getting to the point where folks are walking up on each other and, you know, retaliating because over some jealousy and over a female of all things. And of course, Saweetie got up in that conversation too.
Yep.
It's all about just who's got the bigger, you know, this is pretty much what it's down to.
Yeah.
It does sort of feel like a PR move to me. Absolutely. J-Rock.
Could be.
You know, having everybody flood on over here. Everybody show some love, like and subscribe. 50 did the same, and he did the same thing.
He did.
No comment on that one. You know, so
he did.
I'm So we gonna end it there because it's really not much to talk about on that one, but just
it's just craziness. So we can leave that alone. That ain't even worth
them soon because Kendrick Lamar, I just came out with a track. I haven't heard it yet, but it's gonna be a lot of back and forth. I don't know what Drake was on when he was trying to you know, use AI for Snoop and Tupac. I heard that stuff. I was like, you couldn't just come out with something anyway. But that's a whole different episode. So, you know, and Mucho Grande said Quavo don't want smoke with Breeze. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. Chris Brown will be back. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. So I'm all here for good, you know, not good music because some of it's borderline.
And Quavo was bringing everybody. He even was talking about you tried to run up on even Usher. Remember he brought that up? You tried it with Usher because you was trying to fight TT or whatever he referenced her to. Quavo said. I was just like, my God.
Yeah. Well, that's how y'all feel about that one, but I think we really need to go ahead and get into the next one. It's going to be the meat and the potatoes, and we're probably going to invite some folks on. All right. Here we go. So, thank you, Mucho. Thank you, everybody, for just tuning in. 30. Okay, we got a nice little following right now watching. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button.
All right, y'all ready? We might have some more when we start talking about this.
Yeah, buddy. I was trying to share
the background. You know the background. Falcons do not be a part of Champagne Confessions background, so that should give you a clue and a good hint.
Well,
and what we got on. So go ahead, Maggie.
Got on. So first thing is, and we're gonna bring on some guests. And then, of course, when we get into the Super Bowl portion of it, of course, we're Champagne Confession, so there's always a little lesson learned and some tips and things like that. So we go ahead and bring on some of our guests. You guys know her from Ladybirds of AFN. We have Miss Asia. How are you doing, lady?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. And we're gonna get in on this topic. Y'all brought your glasses and your tissues. You ready to get in this one? Hold your heart. Don't have a heart attack with this subject. But let's go ahead and bring Miss Auntie Pam to the panel. Also know her, Ladybirds of AFN.
Hey. Hello.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? So we're gonna start it off with just talking about what happens, and then of course we'll go into what we have to deal with as Falcons fans because it was brought up by Miss Kai last week, and in anticipation of this draft and everything else, the new era. We feel like we need to tackle one of the main things that we've been having issues with, and we can't quite. Hence that quote that was earlier. It's in your heart and it's replaying in your head.
It gotta move on.
We got to move on because it's time for a new era, and we are definitely hoping for the Super Bowl. So, the first question is: can sports cause fan anxiety? So this is just kind of so I did not put those little tips up, but can it cause anxiety? Let me start off with the guests on the show, Asia, Miss Pam. What y'all have on that one?
I'll say it does. It causes a lot of anxiety, especially for me, because if it has you shaking, nervous, fidgeting, especially when you at the game, especially being a Falcons fan, yeah. It's like what makes it worse is when we're in a lead. When we have a lead and it's a huge gap between another team, that's what causes the anxiety. And that's where it's like hard to stay still, and then you're moving around too much. And it kind of figures why people just leave to go get food because they don't want to see what happens. Because it's like we're expecting the worst.
Oh, and you said something right there, especially when you kind of already. My thing with the Falcons, and of course, I'm gonna let you go. Let me, as a matter of fact, let Pam go ahead, and then I'll get into my spiel because I want y'all to have a little time. Miss Pam, do you feel that fans and anxiety and sports kind of go together?
Oh yeah, especially playoffs, especially in the Super Bowl. When your team, like the Super Bowl loss. There's countless time I watch a Brave. It could be any sports. Well, you can watch the Braves game, and you thought they had the game in the World Series, and somebody boom, leave and win this World Series. So it can be heartbreaking. But I think the only cure to that is winning the game. You just got to go back there, and you got to try, and you got to go win the game. But yes, it causes tremendous anxiety. People be in tears over their team. Be heartbroken.
That was me.
And it could cause some health problems, if you don't take care of it, or if you don't compartmentalize it and all that. So yes, it could cause anxiety.
And crying. Yeah, that's true. And it causes you cry, especially the Super Bowl. That had me crying. My dad had to sleep with me at night because I was crying so much when we lost.
And I actually caught pneumonia because that was the start of that stress. Like after that, like I was sick after like that night with that dumbness. I was sick. I couldn't go to work. I was out of work. And then I caught pneumonia because at that time my stress level had went up, and it just stayed. And then I had found out right after that my sister was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. It was just one thing after another, and then I ended up catching pneumonia. It was actually getting ready to be double pneumonia because one right side had filled up and it was going into the other lung. So I had to rushed to the hospital. It was bad, and I was on bed rest for maybe between 3 and 4 weeks. It was during the holidays, during Christmas time, like right a few days before, like a week before Christmas. So for the next 3 to 4 weeks, I was sick, and it was started at that Super Bowl because of my stress. It wears your immune system down. And
That's true.
I ain't boycotting social media. I boycott every sports show. Just turn it off. Just didn't look at it at all.
Right, exactly.
We're gonna get
the best thing that happened to me
things here. So basically, kind of give you an idea that if it's real, can it really cause anxiety in fans, especially during high-stake games or losses? The emotional ups and downs of sports, as well as the pressure to perform, can lead to increased stress and anxieties. Fans may also experience strong negative emotions like frustration, anger, and disappointment, which can negatively affect your mental health. Did you know that deep?
Yeah, we all knew that deep.
Exactly.
We all knew. I don't think it's a fan on here that can say they didn't know that deep. They felt it. We felt it. We've all felt it, and I believe it's safe to speak for all of us. We all, if we ain't never felt it with nothing else, we felt it with them, Atlanta sports.
Yeah,
and especially with that Super Bowl.
And Frankie Lewis said, imagine getting a family among friends in a neighborhood as the only Falcons fan. That's me and John. Him as well. I live in Oregon. That is me too. Matt Mike said, I had to address it head on. I'll address it later. This Super Bowl memory is pain. So this is why we're here.
Very painful.
We're getting ready to kind of talk about it because I'll ask the question in a minute, but it says, if you are dealing with chronic pain, anxiety, this is spam. Never mind. Mushrooms. Okay, well, we ain't talking about that right now.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in South Mississippi in the middle of 8 Cow Pies and Steelers fans, and I was a Bills fan before becoming a Falcons fan. All my life, I had to fight.
You came over for that, huh? For this, huh? Well, Maggie, you can tell them what we both went through yesterday. I had to finish up earlier today, but you can tell them what we had to face, what we decided to do.
And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna face it in a minute. And it said, I haven't watched the Super Bowl since 2020. We'll get to it. We're gonna get to it because I'm gonna ask that question in a minute. And then we'll get into what we did last night. But okay, so now you know that sports can cause fans anxiety. Let's get into some tips with dealing with sports related stress. So just give us a moment. Make sure this is show is shared in the Atlanta Falcons Nation group. 1 second, ladies. There we go. Get that on shared and stuff because we got to do it. And it's just kind of some things that we could, it's real. It's real. So there's freaking articles and facts on how to deal with the stresses of sports. And now this is not just the fan base as well. It's also the athletes, what they're going through because the pressure is on to be the best as well. So here we are. Give me a moment.
The comments are too funny.
So it says sports fan depression real. Do you lose, did you lose last night is the question. So it's kind of going through.
We helped them. Shoot, they looked horrible. Them Patriots looked a mess. We just gave it to y'all. Y'all looked a hot mess now.
Who said they didn't cheat in that game? So I still saying some conspiracy behind that loss.
Oh yeah.
Idea River.
We had to give it away for them to win it now. So don't get it. You look terrible.
Coach lost their playbook and ended up getting a quarterback.
Yeah, here we go. Because y'all did. we gave it away. Like we literally y'all look ridiculous. Even through the winning.
Yeah, we
got the tips with dealing with sports related stress.
I say meditating.
So the first one is treat fandom like a relationship. A relationship doesn't have to be all rosy. In fact, the best ones usually aren't. But in a healthy interpersonal relationship, hard times become a foundation for better times ahead. So just treat it as we're human. Sometimes you have to walk away from that sport because it's too much. And it's like, you know what? Just treat it like it's a relationship. Sometimes you just got to let it go a little bit. You know what, Falcons?
Yeah.
I'm over here shouting. Then number 2, remind yourself that players are people too.
Yes.
That's the big one, because y'all want to get into these inboxes. You want to cuss them out. You want to threaten their lives. You want to take runaway fools cleats out of his car. You know, you want to do all kinds of stuff because you upset about this Super Bowl. Now, remember that it's just a game for you as well as for the athletes. It's their entire career. This is how they went from school age, practicing, playing, to the pros, and they get here and like the media frenzy, the fans. You got all this pressure to be the best player as well as stay healthy at that. And don't let you get drafted in the top. You're sitting there waiting like, okay, nobody wants me. So it's just a lot to these players, especially when they get traded without even a thought notice. And it's like, oh shoot, I was just on this team. Now I got to move up here and just to that team. Now it's like, am I really a good athlete? Because now I'm getting traded around. So, you know, my thing is put on those cleats and try it first before you have so much to say. Can you actually do that job? Can you handle that position? As well as don't try to control the uncontrollable. You know, so of course you got your superstitions. Oh, I turn my underwear around because, you know, whatever you do, I put my hat on. Oh man, I went to the bar last night. That's why we lost. You can't control the outcome of the game.
You can't control.
Exactly.
It is what it is. And then plus, you know, you just gotta realize too, like I had to realize they're not paying my bills. So that's y'all job. I love y'all, but that's y'all job.
You be mad and throw stuff and
just going to see him for pure entertainment.
And it says, number 5, give into joy, not defeat. On the other hand, it can bring us incredible it can bring us happiness. You know, you're happy to see the team play on Sunday. You're happy when your team is doing great. So just think of the positive. It's like, okay, we didn't quite do so well, but I know what my team is capable of. Thinking positive about it. Just go into the happiness of why you are a fan in the first place. Think like a quarterback. That's interesting. It says, I asked Webb if there's any advice she'd give as a world-class athlete that might also apply to a regular sports fan watching the athlete play. I was surprised by her answers. Some of the same mechanisms that can keep an athlete grounded in a game can help the rest of us while watching. So they have their routines. They'll have their music ready to go. They'll get pumped. They'll work out a little bit. They'll have a certain breakfast. So you may just have to do that too. You got to clear your head. You got to woo-saw. You got to get your friends that you can love and hug on and be ready for that game to watch it. And then put the alcohol down.
Just have fun. Just have fun in the anticipation of you don't know what's going to happen. Shoot, I'm going to be honest. I had to get excited about who was going to get fired. And let go, and I had to turn it around. Seriously, when Dan Quinn leaving, and then when they announced it after that game, I was excited in that just because it was change, and I knew it was going to take, at least 3 years to get things back on track. After you noticed, when Arthur Smith, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do what my husband told me to do. Just have fun and watch football because you about to stroke out. And I'm like, you know what? Now, if I'm laying up sick and hurt, y'all, I don't know. These players gonna come and heal me. I need to see all of them. Everybody on your roster in my hospital room. Y'all need to be, doing something. But is that gonna happen? No. So it's like, y'all, I'm for real. I was just every day. And then that's when I found Mike and them. During that time, before I, knew them, I was just watching them, and I had to find comfort in that. So that's what helped me. And they know this story. They know that. So I mean, that's the best advice. You just have, like what Maggie said. Shoot, I don't know if it's thinking like a quarterback, but you have to find something that's going to make you, I don't know, between excited, happy, just optimistic, something
and
that you can stick
together.
To.
The relationships we develop fans, those diehard fans.
Yeah.
Vincent said, I love being nervous in the final minutes of games, not knowing the outcome makes it fun for me. That's why I love sports. I'm not a Red Sox fan, but seeing the Red Sox reverse the curse, I guess it was awesome. Then we have a Patriots fan. I knew it was going to bring out a couple of them.
Yeah, of course, you're going to bring out a couple of them.
KS said, I was happy we won. That's Pat. Well, you know, it's still, we gave that game away, but that's all right. That's all right. It's, you know, sadly.
We're paying for that loss right now.
JB said, sadly, I was incarcerated when we went to the Super Bowl, which added to more pain. So you wanted to be out there in the streets and celebrate. Oh, yeah, KS is a Patriots fan. Yeah, we see that.
Well, you're going to be free for this one. You're going to be free for this one.
Well, this one is not a Falcons channel. We just so happen to talk about Falcons. So please continue. Mike, we didn't come on yet. Come
on now.
I didn't go to work after the Super Bowl either. And avoid for a long time. D. Reek said, "Boy, rock stormed out my house with them Falcons lost."
Girl, me and Christy was in the bed.
Yeah, I was in. Look, I turned it off. I turned it off, and I could not watch ESPN for months.
I couldn't. Yeah,
I boycott every social media.
I can't go on NFL Network.
But y'all know it's bad when when your job is filled with, well, it's mostly Falcons. It was mostly Falcons fans. But the ones, like we had a couple of Steelers and 49ers, like my cousin is 49ers. It is terrible when you finally show up for work and nobody makes fun of you and nobody is saying anything. And they're just like, well, dog, we feel sorry for y'all. That's bad.
And it said, John said, do you think the trash talking that goes on with fans help alleviate? No,
absolutely not.
Oh, no. Trash talking is where I throw the flag. What is he doing? Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, I throw the flag too.
Yeah,
it gets they cut too deep. You know, I used to be in a rivalry group with, you know, NFC South fans and everything else. They would go below the belt. They'll pull your pictures of your family. They'll talk about you.
See, that's the stuff that
y'all, you know, I don't think it makes it worse because now you're threatening your fan base. You're in your feelings about your opinion. And you think and it's an opinion at that. You're not an expert. You just think you know the team better than somebody else, and nobody else can say anything different. That's when you fight. You want to be, you're a fanboy. You're a Ryan Nyght. You're a Ryder, whatever. Whatever. Everybody can't agree with who you like and your opinions about how the game should go. And I was at the house watching the game. He said I could feel it in the city after that loss. Yeah.
The city, I had never seen driving back through downtown with all my tears and stuff. The city looked like how I felt. It was black. It was depressing. It was no lights. And y'all know how the city be lit up. It was no lights. And like 10,000 cars on the road, but nobody. When I tell you, it looked like it was just quiet. No cars were making sounds. Barely people's headlights were barely on. If you looked over in other cars, it was just depressing, y'all. All you saw was the smoke coming from buildings. Lights out. Well, let's get into it,
ladies and gentlemen. Next question, and I like Christy. I'm gonna bring hers up in a minute, but I saw her comment how she copes with losses. But the question is, have the Atlanta fans watched the replay of Super Bowl 51?
Yes, and it just brings back
to everybody yesterday. And what me and Kyle were just talking about, me and her, I watched it. I didn't even watch the snippet, like the little quick. I still won't watch it.
We watched it yesterday for the first time. I had not went back when I was done and left that shit there in 2017. And when Maggie went, and it was my idea. I said, let's face it. And I was scared as hell. I ain't gonna lie, I was so scared. I'm like, oh my God, can I do it? Because actually, Maggie, I was getting ready to text you and say, I can't do it. I cannot do it. And because going through the first half, it was looking exciting. I remember all of that. And even that part started to bring some bad memories. And I actually paused it a few times because I had to like gather myself like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going on a ride that I'm completely terrified of. I can't believe it. Yeah. And so that was my first time here in 2024 since that day, which was back in February of 2017 of watching it.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to get into the coping mechanism of Christy. And then, of course, this segment, we're going to invite some fans on if they want to, kind of, this is our come to Jesus moment. But I do have some facts and stuff that we're going to go over. So, if you guys want to discuss it and everything else, because I did my research, I did, because we was watching it when we was emotional and everything just went out the window. We blame it on one guy, but I'm going to let you know, you shouldn't have, My coping mechanism is using denial, taking the high road, and pissing folks off by acting like we won. But it's also forced me to find fans, which is what led me to find Falcons content creators. Most of these fans can't even run a 40 for about 50 yards without huffing and puffing.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
He said, didn't you have to put J-Rock on blast like that? It said, I defended Quinn hard after the bowl too, but it got harder and harder to side with him the more and more hard-headed he got. And the less passion I seen from the team wanting to play for him. Vincent said the Broncos versus the Falcons Super Bowl in '98 thought we had a chance with the Tim Dwight kick return. I had forgotten it was on. Now we didn't even tackling that one. That was just.
I watched both.
They wanted to go back.
I was born back then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all. The only thing I was able to watch was the championship led up to the Super Bowl. I watched the Minnesota championship. I watched
Seahawks and Green Bay. I love
Green Bay. For the life of me, I cannot watch the Super Bowl, and I think the only way I would get past that is if my team win the Super Bowl. That's the only way I can go back and watch it.
I'm gonna say this, Pam. I went into it anticipating that I wasn't gonna be able to watch it, but honestly, when I went into it in a film room mindset, I watched it from this entirety purposely because I wanted to see which players make the impact, which players did their part, who didn't, the coaching, all of that. So, we're going to get into a little bit of that in a moment. So I got some things that I kind of gathered together. And then, of course, we can go over what we remember. If you haven't watched the Super Bowl.
I can remember even though I watched it.
Yeah, because I was jotting down notes and everything. Like I was just doing film. Like Maggie said, you had to. We had to. We're not a fan right now.
We are in the coaching chair and we're talking about these Falcons. So now let's count up the first half. Everything. Well, for one thing, the offense didn't see much of the field. So it really was a lot of that defensive front there. Early in the contest, the Falcons created pressure with their defensive front. Tom Brady looking like he was, getting pressure.
He was uncomfortable. He was being pressured.
Quinn's group didn't need to blitz to make Brady's life uncomfortable. In fact, unit managed 17 quarterback hurries on the night, according to Pro Football. Who put this up there? Wait a minute. I'm trying to move that out the way. But so basically from what I've seen, defense, like we said, defense wins championships. But when your defense are on the field for an entire 2 or 3 quarters, pretty much, I started seeing players get hurt.
Hurt and tired.
And tired. So, but Grady Jarrett, woo!
He was still on point.
He was on point.
He never he from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. He didn't let up.
He did
about
not.
the only one that let up.
And he had a lot of help in the front too. But it was like once they started getting tired because they started running the ball more, which they knew that was going to make our defense tired because we did struggle with the running game at times throughout the season. And near the end of the Super Bowl, I could tell towards the end they stopped throwing the ball because of that one interception that Robert Arthur got.
Yeah.
But
Don't get into that.
Gotta realize something also. Gotta realize something also is the Super Bowl is not like a regular game.
No,
you have a long halftime show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which players got relaxed and probably didn't didn't move around and all that. You know, it's a different beast. You gotta kind of be upbeat and energy for that game. I mean, it's not a regular game, and a lot of players not used to, being in the locker room for that long period of time.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the facts right here. When those defenders were breathing down Brady's neck, the quarterback started to display happy feet and wasn't his typical calm self. Once he settled through the game, took a dramatic, turn though. Basically, Atlanta defensive backs made life difficult for Brady's favorite targets too. As the game wore on, he chose to rely on alternates. So, that's pretty much just praising the defense there, everybody. Mike, I know you kind of jumped in here, and then I put the link in the chat, people, if y'all want to join in on this conversation. But you've watched the Super Bowl, I'm assuming, or maybe the first half. And what do you remember from it? Kind of at least for the defensive side of things. What are the things that stood out for you for the Super Bowl that worked in the first half?
It wasn't so much, the defense side of the ball. It was, the lack of. It was just it wasn't present in the moment, and I was trying to figure out why. It's like certain things, and I'm screaming at my TV. I'm like, okay, so why aren't Devontae Freeman was on fire? I think he had like 7 almost 100 yards rushing in the first half. And then he had one. I think he got stopped for like a 4-yard loss or something like that. And then Kyle Shanahan, and this is when I had a headache after that one because I was screaming so loud. It's like, why are you not running the freaking ball? Run the dang on ball. So it was that. And then I was like, when I saw that, I was like, I said it to myself because I'm very keen on certain things that I say. And I was saying to myself, this shit is over. This shit is over. The fix is in. That's the first thing I said in my head. I didn't say it, but I was like, this man gonna throw this game. I literally said that. I was like, but I was in denial. Like Chrissy said, I was in denial. I was like,
yeah,
man.
I was too.
And it was a couple of players got injured in that Super Bowl. Coleman, he got hurt. I think they hurt them for the most part, not having him in the game. And I'm just I don't know a lot of people know that Alex Mack was playing with a broken leg.
That's what it's like. That's where it turned wrong. And it said supervisor is a Patriots fan. I love to hear on a daily basis every season. And LLQJ said I can't watch it. I have watched it probably 20 times. Vincent said, Tom, boy, for real though. See,
shout out to you, man.
Did you actually watch the Super Bowl?
I don't agree with that one.
That's what I'm saying. This is off of emotions, and if you ain't watched it to its entirety like I did, you're gonna retract that statement because I saw something.
You clearly didn't watch it.
I watched it.
From the way that you from the UK, and everybody, you know that
you must just be saying that because they ended up winning when we actually said here. Is that why he made that comment? Because I would say it's the other way around.
Ain't mad for this loss, and so it's like, oh, he was his boy and all that. But I think Brady on his toes. It was his surrounding cast that kind of, but it says, yeah, now that I'm older, I can't rewatch Super Bowl 51 easily, even though it still gets to me. I mean, that whole game, I was just bragging, getting ready to see all my family happy and miss school. I watched it late 22.
Me too.
Yes.
He said, I did 7 due to life stuff going on. I just wanted to be able to talk about it with the Falcons fans. And Southside said, to be honest, I rewatched the Super Bowl a few times ago. Our offense, majority of the whole game, had short fields on turn. And we're going to get into the offensive side of things as well. What went wrong? Even our scoring drives, our defense really was on the field almost the whole time. See, you don't like the truth. I just watched the entire Super Bowl.
Yeah, me
so
too.
that's
Bird was in the bag.
Like, what do you mean we don't like the truth?
He was in the bag.
Like,
why did he get back in the
truth?
Why is he was just in the bag? Why you hop out? Come back on and speak your truth, sir.
Come hop on and state your case. Lord, ADS, whatever it is. I'll speak for myself, and I'm probably sure everybody on this panel would agree. But as far as we don't like the truth, I love nothing but the truth and face the truth every day, whether I like it or not. So y'all probably doesn't include myself. But if I were you, I would go back and rewatch the Super Bowl because, like Maggie said, you might retract that statement. So if you want to talk about truth, we can definitely talk about truth. That's not true.
You have to come out with unbiased emotion from the game that you watch. Then you have to watch this game without the emotions involved. And I had a different perspective of the Falcons. After that, I was like, okay, we honestly could have won this game, especially down to that. And of course, it shouldn't have gotten to that point. But right here, it says it started to fall apart about 8:31 remaining in the fourth quarter. Atlanta still held a 28-12 lead and possessed the ball. On 3rd and 1 from the Falcons 36-yard line, offensive coordinator and, of course, Mr. Shanahan called a pass play. Running back Devontae Freeman didn't recognize linebacker Donta Hightower, and he basically, from what I was seeing, he looked to the right. He wasn't looking at Hightower, at Ryan, and he blitzed it until it was too late, and defender got a clean shot of quarterback Matt Ryan.
I wrote that down. I wrote that down in my notes. That exact statement was written down right here, and I clocked the time at 8:31. I'm clocking time and everything. Just like I'm clocking the time at 9:03. That Lord talking about we don't want to face the truth. I'm clocking that time too.
Now, Lord, 880, I see you're in here in the chat, so go ahead and let us know why Matt Ryan was Brady's boy. I just want to.
I like to know that too.
Me too.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
And if we're blind, we're blind. We'll say we're blind, and I don't care about being wrong or right. I don't care. I really don't.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Vanilla is sweet, but ain't nothing like chocolate though. Chocolate's the boy. Chocolate puts you on your ass. So we're gonna say, what's up with y'all? Y'all looking good tonight up here. Y'all sweet. Y'all good.
Hey, we talk about football. Get to your point, bro. You came on here talking noise. No, you trying to butter the women up. They see past your nonsense.
Come on now.
You can talk about the Super Bowl. What are your opinions on the Super Bowl?
Okay. It's not just the Super Bowl that stood out to me. Okay, Manny had 4 instances where he made history, and all of them were not good. I mean, there were horrible ways to make history. But the worst thing that I seen happen to Matty Ice in Atlanta is when Tom Brady came to town and he won that Super Bowl against the Rams. I never seen so many people wear Patriots jerseys down the South in my whole entire life. I mean, everybody had a no sad number, no sad 12 jersey talking about Tom Brady, this and that. To me, if you're a premium quarterback and this is your rival, that's disrespectful. But Matt just kind of stood there because he knew. See, there's a hierarchy amongst men yet that women have to understand. There's a hierarchy amongst men. You got your alpha male, you got your beta male. And he got baited up. I mean, that's what happened. He got out there. Nick Foles shows you what an alpha male does in that circumstance. You get to shooting, I'm shooting too. You put it
Let
this
me
way,
ask you
we're
this
gonna
question real quick.
I'm
Let me ask
confused.
you this question real quick.
Go
What was
ahead,
the
Peggy.
score in that game? Can you tell me that? What
Yeah,
was
I'm
the score in that
confused.
game? Last I checked, that game it was a low scoring game, and they did not score any touchdown in that game.
Yeah,
Huh?
not
And
I
it was
watched that
fun.
Super
It's
Bowl
trying to
one
get
time.
About
Ladies. Can I ask him a question,
Yeah.
please? I
Sure.
want to ask him a question. So, it's a pretty simple question. May I use profanity, guy? May I use profanity?
Just
Yeah,
but
yeah.
don't just
Okay,
don't be doubling up.
no,
Don't
it's
double
not
up.
gonna be the classic man, Mike. I'm not. No. It's just that I just want to ask him a question. It's just okay. So, what the fuck does that have to do with the fucking Super Bowl? That's all I want to know. We're talking about the Super Bowl.
I
You
don't know
said
what
he,
Rams got
hold on. He
You know, when you
said
down
he.
won the Super Bowl
Hold on,
and
Miss Bam.
you
Hold on, Miss
win.
Bam.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Hold on, Miss Bam. I thought we were talking about the Super Bowl. So what the fuck does that have to do with the Super Bowl? You said Brady made Matt Ryan his boy, and you did not elaborate on your original statement. So, sir, what the fuck does what your previous statement have to do with the Super Bowl? Thank you, sir, and thank you, ladies.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I'm
brother.
for
So
Rams. And I
used to
don't know.
being, crude or impolite. The F-bomb on these ladies' chat. These are ladies up here. You gotta watch your language, Mike.
You trying to
But-
dodge the question, man.
But let
Answer
me
it.
answer the question. I mean, to me, I watched that game one time and one time only because it was just like, how do you lose this? I mean, your girl said it just a couple seconds ago, and she hit it right on the nail. Your defense is wild because they on the field a whole 2 or 3 quarters because your offense can't make plays.
Interesting. That's an interesting point.
Well,
Kyle Shanahan, say I'm not a Shanahan fan. Never liked Shanahan. Never liked the Shanahans, especially for what they did to RG3 down in Washington. Never liked them since. So I was thinking to myself, but at least they come up with a play to stop this. Only thing you need is a field goal, and you got the game won. It's 28-28 in regulation. You go into overtime, you get burnt. It was so bad in my head when I saw the game. It was so bad when I was watching it, with my homeboy, because I put a little change on the Falcons to keep it real. I said, there's no way they can lose this game in the second half. I put up a couple quarters. There ain't no way they can lose this, right? It was so bad that the confetti was red and black. It wasn't blue and white. It wasn't.
Oh, it's red and black.
red and black.
Yeah.
Because no one thought that you could ever lose that game. You could ever lose that game, but guess what? The Falcons found a way to lose that game. So
Not because of Matt Ryan being Brady's boy,
Yeah, he still has it. He still has it.
I'm just listening to what Kyle Shanahan I'm still waiting on Matt Ryan. I need for Matt Ryan to be addressed.
What I saw was a broken man. That's what I looked at there and I saw in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes left. Because
whose fault is that, though?
Let's literally see. No. You asked my opinion. Let me finish, and then you got it. Whenever you not only take a sack but a fumble, knowing how critical this circumstance and situation is, to me that speaks to you having fear in your heart. You fear that other man. You fear that other team to the point where you collapse. And Matt Ryan collapsed out there. Matt was
third. How many points did the Falcons give us? No. Because you're not answering the lady's question. They asked you a simple question. What does that have to do with Matt Ryan? How did Tom Brady make him his boy? They were 20 up. Hold on, sir. Hold on. Let me break the question down for you in simpler terms. How does giving up the Falcons were up 25 points? Right?
Come on,
everybody agree? They were 25 points, right? So how does being up 25 points equate to Matt Ryan not doing his job?
For one, he wasn't scoring any more points once that Patriots defense put the heat on him. Then that just sucked that all up. And then secondly, for his particular plays in critical situations, this wasn't the first time Matt had fumbled the ball in a critical situation. Remember the Giants when they lost 3-21? That first playoff game he was in, guess who was fumbling? Guess who was dropping balls? Guess who was throwing interceptions?
It wasn't Matt Ryan. It wasn't Matt Ryan.
let's get into this one right here. I got some more things to talk about. So we can kind of just see how everything broke down. Of course, Brady round. This is going into the fourth quarter. You know what happened? Brady connected with wide receiver Danny Amendola for a 6-yard touchdown. Running back James White converted the 2-point conversion to bring the Patriots within 8 points. Even so, the Falcons still held a 28-20 lead with an opportunity to close out the game, but the offense failed to do a second time after Ryan and co orchestrated a drive all the way to the Patriots 22-yard line, including an astonishing tiptoe catch along the sideline from Julio Jones.
Exactly.
The following happened. This had nothing to do with Matt Ryan at this point, but the following happened here. Safety Devin McCourty stopped Freeman for a 1-yard loss.
Patriots defensive lineman Trey Flowers got Ryans for a 12-yard loss. Keep going.
So Patriots, can I finish? Thank you. Patriots defensive lineman Trey Flowers sacked Ryan for a 12-yard loss. That means that we wasn't protecting our quarterback at that moment. Ryan connected with wide receiver Mohamed Sanu for a 9-year gain, but the play was called back due to a Jake Matthews holding penalty that was extremely crucial. At that
It cost 10 yards. 10 yards. I wrote that down.
It knocked us out of field goal range.
Ryan failed to connect with wide receiver Taylor Gabriel on 3rd and 33, and Matt Bosher punted the ball to Julian Edelman with 3:38 left to play. So
it wasn't Matt's fault.
So I heard Kyle Shanahan.
Show me the list. Show me the list again. Show me the list. Let's put it back up. You see that right there? 3rd and 33. 15 to 16, that was Matt Ryan taking sacks. Remember, Tom Brady took sacks too.
Man, what is wrong with you, bro? It's called blocking. What are you talking about?
That was the holy call that knocked him out.
So everybody else's fault that Tom Brady can't get rid of the ball. No. Okay. I get it now. Everything is everybody else's fault. Don't protect Matt Ryan at all because he didn't have protection in Atlanta, so we're gonna protect man. Come on, please.
But Matt Ryan's not the whole team. He's the quarterback. If you cannot protect him, how is it his fault?
I am just so happy we got Michael Penix Jr. Thank you, Lord. We didn't have to put up with that beta male Kirk Cousins for 4 years. Thank you for that. That was a blessing. So okay, ladies, it was good talking. Miss Kia, Miss Maggie, y'all are Asia, y'all are beautiful women.
It's Kai.
But I'm gonna jump. So good talking to y'all tonight.
Not Kia.
All right.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Anybody else want to come on and intervene? Come on, Nyght Ryder. Come on here. You know, I think that was.
Come on, Nyght Ryder.
He said clearly he didn't watch the Super Bowl other than that first time. But everybody, it was Matt Ryan. It was Matt Ryan. Go back. I'm challenging you.
That's why I hate when people blame Matt.
I was ready to blame Matt again because I blamed him. Lord ADS, to be honest, I had blamed him only because that was my dude. And why'd you let this happen? So I'm going to put everything on Matt. And I was ready to go back and do it again, but I could not. And I love me some Matt Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I couldn't do it. That's not what the case was.
I felt when he walked out the field, I felt them walking out the field. Yeah. You know, and I turned the TV off and I boycotted. I didn't even.
I went upstairs afterwards. After I saw the loss, I went upstairs crying. I could not even look at the TV anymore.
And let's go. We got some more people in the back. We got OG and we got 6-Man, K Styles.
Come on, brothers. Come on, family.
Let's go. How do you feel? Is it Matt Ryan's fault that we lost the Super Bowl? OG, 6-Man, whoever want to start it off, go ahead.
I'll go.
Okay.
We were down 25 points, correct?
Yes. No. Well, yeah.
No, we were up 25.
Up. I think when it comes to the Super Bowl, the blame could be shared amongst
a whole bunch of people, a plethora of people.
Mhm.
First off, the first person you blame is the person on the sideline. All right.
Mhm.
Should no player take the heat for what Dan Quinn allowed and what Kyle, I'm gonna say what I call him, piece of shit a hand did. All right.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
You know, his BS started at the beginning of the week by losing the playbook.
God.
Yeah.
First of all, dumbass, why you even got your playbook with you? Okay. All right. I think at this point, people want to blame Matt Ryan. You either a dummy with a lot that goes on, or it's just a rehearsed speech.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Just look
whichever
at that.
one you choose to be, if you want to be a dummy, that's fine, or it's just a rehearsed speech.
Mm-hmm.
There was so many underlying factors in that game that you could point towards. I mean, you could point towards first and 10 from the 22-yard line. Why did Kyle Shanahan change the play that was already called from the instant?
Exactly.
I agree.
Why was all that done? Okay.
He's going up my alley.
People want to say Matt Ryan could have audible. Well, see now again another rehearsed speech because it's been said on multiple occasions that the way Kyle called his plays, you were in a pickle or you were handcuffed to where you couldn't audible. So to the dummy that was on here, do your research.
Yes.
Dummy. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's one thing of having your opinion. I know everybody is entitled to, but you come on here and you're speaking like it is a fact. I mean, that's how I was hearing it.
Yeah.
Like it's like these are facts. I don't know what y'all is. Y'all are the dummies. Pull that up again. Read what you had again.
Yeah.
Like it's no fact.
One thing I do want to say too, and I noticed, I don't know if you guys know this, but y'all notice how Kyle Shanahan, you know how we lost the Super Bowl, and you notice how Kyle Shanahan, y'all notice how he's the coach for the 49ers. You know how the 49ers lost in
That's
overtime.
what I'm saying.
Comma is a, you know what?
I'm saying. And he talking about
you know what? He did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna tell you. As a coach, I'm gonna speak as a coach. Us coaches, we're creatures of habit. Okay, we're creatures of habit. So, hey, if it's in you, it's in you. He literally did the exact same thing in 2 Super Bowls, excuse me, 3 Super Bowls.
3 Super Bowls.
He did the exact same thing. He let his ego get in the way. That sack of
I told people that. I told people that shit back in 2020. When I was in Miami for that Super Bowl. Remember the first time they went against the Chiefs? I told them. I was telling people this shit when I was in the line at Undisputed. All Kyle Shanahan got to do is run the ball. Everybody saying, "What you got to do, ATL?
Yep.
Run the damn ball." And just to show his shit stink.
He didn't do
it. Told the folks at the Super Bowl party. Well, I see Kyle Shanahan gonna do something stupid.
He
did. And he did.
Just this shit.
You know something else that I find kind of interesting, y'all? When I hear people say that sack of shit made Matt Ryan. Okay, if you made Matt Ryan, if he's such the guru that y'all say he is, then Matt Ryan it never should have came down to Matt Ryan having to audible out of his play call.
If he's such a guru, then RG3 and Kirk Cousins would have been MVPs.
Right.
Y'all must have forgot. He did coach Kirk Cousins.
Hey, I got a question because I heard, Coach, I heard you. Was that you, Chauncey? Yeah, that was you, Chauncey. Because it was on one of y'all shows. And we were talking about the Super Bowl, and you remember you were telling I think Mark was on that particular show because you were talking about how they took a trip down to Matt Ryan house after that. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he mentioned.
Yeah, tell it again.
So you remember, okay? And then, because I want you to tell this little part. I think you catching on what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Also, you mentioned, and I saw it today. Matt called a timeout, okay? And he walked over to the side with his helmet. He's like, "I've got nothing."
He couldn't hear. Yeah,
he couldn't hear. And I said, "Well, what?" I was like, "Okay, this." I just couldn't figure out the connection there. Like, what happened? Was it a big deal? Was it not? Did it get fixed? Did it not? It just seemed like from there, everything was just falling apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to run it down to y'all real fast. I want everybody to keep their ears on.
Six man jumped on too to speak after this.
Okay. First, you got 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. All right. New England just come out of a timeout. So they only had 2 timeouts left. We up 8 inside inside of 5 minutes. And you got Matt Bryant, probably arguably the best field goal kicker in the league at your disposal. 2 plays, to my understanding, allegedly, supposedly. Now, my sources are very valuable, but I'm going to say allegedly, supposedly, because I didn't have on a uniform or a headset. But allegedly, supposedly, 2 plays was called during the timeout. They were both run plays. Matt Ryan ran the first run play, toss sweep at Devontae Freeman, 2-yard loss. Now, Matt Ryan is standing off from the huddle as the clock is running down. Because remember, the clock is our friend, not our enemy. Now, at a certain point, they got to cut the headset off. So right before they cut the headset off, about 5 to 7 seconds, inexplicably, somebody on the headset changed the play. It was 2 Mets. It was 2 Mets on the headset. LaFleur and Ryan. Matt LaFleur, head coach of the Green Bay Packers, right now.
Oh, that was him? Oh, shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it was him. He was quarterback coach.
One of the 2 Mets
on that sideline.
One of the 2 Mets.
He told Matt.
No, one of the two Mets,
right?
Whether it was LaFleur or Ryan, said, "Are you sure?" That sack of shit said, "Run the play." The other Met said, "Are you sure?" That sack of shit said, "Just run the fucking play." Allegedly, supposedly. Okay.
Yeah.
So now go back and ask that question about, is Matt Ryan at fault? Now you can ask yourself. Now, after the Super Bowl, Ryan was so livid that he had to take the heat for the Super Bowl that he allegedly, supposedly, because I wasn't there, demanded to be traded. This was swept under the rug. Arthur Blank, dumbass Dan Quinn, Thomas Dummy Trough.
He promised
allegedly, supposedly, hustled their ass out there to the Vinings. 3 days later, Matt Ryan was the highest paid player in NFL history.
Yeah.
So 6 man, 6. Where you at, man? Where you at? Kind of.
Hey, hold on. Hey, this for all 3 of them. This for Kyle Shanahan. This is for Dan Dumbass Quinn. This for Tommy the Dummy. This is for y'all right here.
Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah.
That's all I got you. That's all I got you. Appreciate y'all. That's all I got.
Well, late. Hello, lady.
Hello.
Oh, Lord. Not Val. Not the big Val.
Nah. Yeah. Now, that was a very, very interesting exchange that I had to be witness of, because what we heard from Lord ADS is exactly the problem in which your topic tonight was necessarily needed. Now, as for me, as I said yesterday, after the day, I've watched the Super Bowl 8 times through, and that anxiety. What you saw there was the anxiety of the true feelings of the quarterback hidden behind the team failure, which was the Atlanta Falcons. Because did you notice in that conversation, and y'all brought it up, they never mentioned Matt Ryan played in the Super Bowl, but he brought up the New York Giant loss in 2014.
Yeah.
This is exactly what we're talking about, because the problem is people's personal feelings behind Matt Ryan, it showed a lot more without them looking at the context of the entire game.
Absolutely.
That's what I said, because he said he didn't watch it, but that one time. So it's like I say,
Watch it at all.
have emotion and rewatch the game in its entirety. Like I,
because
I was emotional watching the game. I was emotional during the game because you know what, my body was fueled with alcohol that time. But I had to go back and rewatch it.
Because if he watched the whole thing, he would know in that third to fourth quarter, he would know before Matt Ryan got that strip sack fumble, they drove down the field. It was in field goal range. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And a certain somebody missed the block.
Thank you.
Devontae Freeman and certain person bragging about contract before the pregame celebration, pregame thing. He was demanding more money. And why the heck they gave him money after the Super Bowl? That was dumb.
Just want to fall apart. That's why Thomas Dimitrov right now is doing podcasts and not in anybody's front office.
That was dumb.
That's why he's doing podcasts. Hey,
like I said,
Thomas Dimitrov might have could have got podcast of the year at the Yo ATL Raps Award, but his stupid ass messed up. So yeah.
Let's go. Let's look at the other drive. You brought up the last drive. Y'all brought up the last drive with the visuals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me go back real quick to that last drive. When Devontae Freeman missed that block, that block, Lauren Robinson was wide open down the field for 6.
Was wide open.
Wide open.
Like I said, the play was derived from Devontae Freeman chipping the outside shoulder of the right tackle.
He didn't do it.
He had a brain fart.
That's what threw Matt off, because Matt thinking he had, high tower in his face.
No, because if you look at the throw, he got hit on as soon as he hit that third step.
So he was gonna let that thing fly, boy.
He was letting it fly.
Right. Because that's what the plan was.
But whatever. He said that the defense didn't do anything in the whole third or fourth quarters. I actually defense on the field.
You gotta say with that. The defense have been on the field almost the whole second half.
Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So what he said about the defense, like you said, as we talked about Matt Ryan and his numbers in the Super Bowl, guess who else broke a Super Bowl record that game? Goddamn little midget ass James White, 15 catches.
Yeah, he was on a tear.
The adjustment that the Patriots made simply was the fact that the Falcons was playing prevent defense, and they just went down the field methodically on it.
Conservative play call. That's why I can't stand that shit. I've been going through that shit since I was at Albany State. I hate conservative play call.
And then y'all know what? See, I'm getting pissed off at my own notes and thinking about this Super Bowl again. Because when Matt walked off, said he's got nothing, that's when that shit, when Kyle Shanahan, like Chauncey said, triggered Freeman, and he didn't block that dude. So what the hell? What
because
the
you have to,
hell?
but you got to remember too.
Everything that come to Kyle Shanahan right now is well deserved for him. This is what you call karma.
It is
You
karma.
also-
No, this time I'm looking back and this look like set the hell up. I mean, I'm just saying what it looks like because I'm thinking back in my head. I'm in my investigator bag now, and it's just like all this happens after he says, "I've got nothing." Matt, like you said, are you sure? Because I saw that being mouthed. That's what it looked like, and then all of a sudden, Freeman is like. He's looking like he don't need to do shit with Hightower. And Hightower just comes out of nowhere, blindsiding people.
Yep.
We saw Matt on
our plays.
doing that for us.
Because they started reading our plays. That's
everything that's happening to Kyle Shanahan is very well deserved. You screwed the Falcons over out of a Super Bowl. You lost 2 Super Bowl with San Francisco. You and your daddy ruined RG3's career. Everything that's happening to you right now is well deserved.
And karma.
And they just gave him his thing back, right?
You talking about his contract?
Who?
Oh, I thought that's what she meant. Never mind.
No, that's something else. But I'm
talking about Reggie Bush. That's something different.
That's something. No.
The only thing Kyle Shanahan deserves is a good swift kick in the ass with some cowboy boots.
Yeah, scratch that. But I'm gonna tell y'all something right now because it's making me emotional. Not because of the Super Bowl, but when I got through watching, because I had to finish watching because I fell asleep on it yesterday. But when I got through watching the rest, of that Super Bowl, I remember I had gone to the bathroom and I was washing my face, y'all, and I got emotional because that Super Bowl I could not get Matt out of my head. And I felt so bad, and I felt like he was screwed.
Yeah.
That guy has given his all for 14 years.
He was.
And you got him screwed out of that. That right there.
Every single, and I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And I don't care who like it and who don't. Every black person in Atlanta that hated Matt Ryan, that gave them fuel. They couldn't stand that shit. How I know? I had a cousin that was like that. And I always used to go at it when me and him almost fell out because of that shit.
Yeah. That's what
let that bullshit go.
Back with fans. Like John St. Clair said, he's not going to argue about it because this brings argument. People got strong opinions about the Super Bowl. We're here to get anxiety healed, not jacked up. So the purpose of we're going to get it all out. Let's get it all out because guess what? This is the new era coming.
This is a whole other thing.
Give me the address. Give me
hold on, wait, guys.
Hold on, y'all. Go ahead, Maggie. Go ahead, Maggie.
I'm sorry.
Keep going, Maggie.
Go ahead, Maggie. Go ahead.
I know everybody. What I'm saying is, this is the era right now. Matt Ryan has retired. Let's put the nail coffin on what should have, would have, or whatever.
Right.
Super Bowl was then. This is the team now. So we need to rally behind all of that. Give Matt Ryan his props because he put on a hell of a show. He was, in my opinion, and served his flowers despite not winning that Super Bowl. But he was the very main reason why we stayed in it.
Yep,
exactly.
And
he made us relevant.
Julio Jones. All those characters.
And don't sit there and try to say, "Oh, the only reason why Matt Ryan's so good because he had Julio." Shut up.
No.
Matt Ryan's touchdowns were not the Julio Jones. 356 of them.
Yep.
Can I say this also? I'm gonna call out a lot of these dumbass people in this fan base. The ones that wanted a so-called black quarterback all this time. But soon as we draft Michael Pittman Jr., all of a sudden you want to be selectively outraged.
Yeah. I mean,
If
really.
you don't like the shit, you could go to the New Orleans Saints, you can go to Tampa Bay, you can go to New England, you go to Kansas City. I don't care. You can go to hell in a handbasket. I don't care. Go somewhere else with that bullshit. Because if you're a real fan, you're going to ride with your team regardless. You can sit here and listen to Mike Florio and TPS and Undisputed and all that, and how they talk about it such a bad draft pick. I don't care. Go over there. Leave us alone. At the end of the day, if you're a true fan, you're going to ride with the team, ride or damn die. And I said what the hell I said. If you don't like it, you can go suck on a monkey's big toe.
More down to it, the national media and the local media is trying to tear this fan base down, and they don't even realize it.
So let's go ahead and start closing on out. So we don't got it all out.
Yep.
Yeah. I got
Go back and watch the Super Bowl from beginning and end. Because we might talk about this again on one of the Lady Birds of AFN show. But right now we need to focus on the future. So now that we got it all out, we talked about the Super Bowl, we broke it down and everything else. It's time to move on. That 28-3 is old news.
Get on.
We got to move beyond this, people. You know, Matt Ryan is no longer the quarterback. We got a whole new set of quarterbacks going on right now, so we need to focus on the main goal. And let's the whole purpose of this is let's continue not to divide each other over these opinions and quarterback situations, who's right, who's wrong. It's starting to become just sad. Our fan base can't get along over, just opinions. Not everybody's going to agree with who you like. Nobody's going to agree with who's your favorite player, who they should have drafted and everything else. But at the end of the day, we look worse when we come for each other and, idiots, all this stuff. I'm sick of it. So whatever brief you have from this Super Bowl, let's put it behind.
Bullshit.
It's time to move on.
Let it go.
I'm actually excited for this new season, to be honest. And I'm waiting for this new schedule to come out, because this schedule, I've been eager to see who we play first and who we have from, I'm gonna say, from week 1 to week 8, because that's just gonna determine right there.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as we play the Raiders in the first weekend of December, I'm good.
Oh yeah,
that's my road trip right there. The Raiders game.
My brother Turner, he a Saints fan. I don't give a damn about him. I just want to be out there in Vegas to go to the game. Yeah,
Let's people. You're a Falcons fan. Let's just go ahead and give us our last little thoughts about the expectation of the team, since this became a sports show. I kind of figured this is a different episode of Champagne Confessions. Now, just letting you guys know, we will bring in sports as well. And
Maggie, before you get too rapid, you got some pictures from last week to share.
Okay, I'll share those pictures, and then I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and close it on out. But let me share these pictures. We did let's talk about the future now. We actually did have us a good time.
Oh, look at y'all.
At party.
Yeah.
I like that.
So, this is the highlight of why we're here, why we do it, because we love our team. Passionate fans, but we got to learn to agree to disagree, people. It's a lot of emotions, a lot of anxiety, a lot of PTSD, because you're still holding on to a hate of a player. You're still holding on to the hate of a coach, etc. These coaches went on and did whatever they're doing. They ain't relevant to us anymore. So let's just get over it, basically. Here's another one. Of course, Mr. Kirkwood Cuzzo.
Kirkwood.
Did y'all see what I put on Facebook? I said we look like we on a set of Beverly Hills 90210 or
Oh, y'all look so cute.
I was gonna say more so like Saved by the Bell, but that's another story.
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that, Skip. Don't you do that, Skip.
When I wake up in the morning and my alarm gets out of warning, and I think I will make it on time.
By the time I got the boots and I get myself a look, I'm in the
around
corner,
corner,
get to see the sun fly by.
It's all
Damn. It's your fault. Because you had that picture with your little hand down. I'm like, oh Lord, that solidified it. That arm right there.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I got something for y'all.
We look like a TV cat, like for real.
Great pick. Thank you, John. There are still fans who want the quarterback who shall not be named.
Yes.
Vincent said, I'm excited for the season. I feel like they will shock some people. Some pictures. Thank you. Holding on very hard to do when love is gone. And there's no lie, holding on very hard to do when love is gone. Y'all singing.
Really go.
On that note, people, let's take a moment real quick before we do our last sip. Woosah. Let's do a Falcons prayer right about now.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Who want to lead it, Mike?
Oh yeah. I definitely got that. I definitely got that.
I'm about to say, you want to lead it or you want me to lead it?
Oh yeah.
Look, K Styles feel like he can do it. Look, I'm always the one that putting on last promo on, so let K Styles do it.
Okay.
All right. All right. So everybody, pretend to bow your head for a second. All right. Lord, give the Atlanta Falcons the strength to persevere through the new ages in which we are about to be upon. Happy prayers, healthy season, and let's get on to the next one. Get on to the next level. And for those that are upset right now, shut the hell up because you're gonna be watching anyway.
Oh,
in Lord's name,
you sure?
amen.
You talking to he was talking to Jesus and talking to Satan in the same conversation, man.
Hey, we bring them all together.
Hey,
Well, you know what?
hey, I had to put them all together.
Guess what? K Styles, I want to chase it with this. Since you
Chase
left us
it.
with that, hard work pays off.
Pays off.
Dreams come true.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that hard work pays off, man.
Bad times don't last.
Times don't last.
But bad
guys do.
Yes.
And in order for the Falcons to win, they have to become the bad guys.
You gotta become the bad guy.
And we're the bad guys.
We ready. We ready.
We got to be knocking down some quarterbacks.
Hey, man, you know your coach, he had already started that mess back in 4 years ago, back in 2020. Remember, he was like, put y'all foot on their necks, don't let that gas up. I'm for real.
And then he wound up passing gas.
Oh my God.
Man.
Let's go ahead and start with, we'll go with Asia, Nyght, Ryder, 6 Man, Matt, Mike, OG, Pam, and Miss Kai. So let's start off with Asia. Your last sip. It doesn't matter what you want to bring. If you want to talk about something that you're achieving, accomplishing, or you just want to talk about the Falcons. So
all right, this is gonna be non-sports related. I'm actually in finals week for school. I'm actually done. My semester is done. I have a final tomorrow, but I'm about to head into my last year of school, and then I graduate next spring.
Ooh.
Thank God. With the psychology.
What's your Asia?
Huh?
What's your degree gonna be?
I'm trying to bachelor's degree in psychology.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get into sports psychology and potentially broadcasting, but I'm trying to get into an internship this summer.
Okay, go girl. Go
well, you got a head start over here.
Okay.
Well, congratulations in advance, Miss.
Thank you.
We definitely want to be there. Hopefully, it's somewhere where we can attend your ceremony next year.
Yeah, it's at Kennesaw State.
Oh, see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey. Now go ahead, Nyght. Ryder, close it on now. Congratulations again.
Okay. Okay. So y'all can see this. This is my 2023.
Okay.
This is my 2023 Yo ATL Raps Award right here, producer of the year.
Yes.
So nice I had to do it twice, man.
Yes.
Right on the track.
Hey, look at shout out to Auntie Pam, shout out to Maggie, shout out to J Rock. They came through and they came to rock with your boy. I'm gonna do my other acceptance speech on Sunday, so y'all make sure y'all tune in. But man, everybody that's out there that did vote, thank y'all so much, man. I really appreciate it. There wouldn't be no me without y'all, man. Yo ATL Rap Award producer of the year 2 years in a row, back to back. So hey, we're gonna try to make it do what it do, man. There you go. They gonna want the picture.
There you go.
Look at Maggie back there in the background. I don't know what the hell she had going on. It was a whole vibe in that, bro. I got linked up with Freak Nasty. The Splat Pack was there. Raheem the Dream was there. Crime Art was there. The Lost Boys. Man, it was so much. It was so many heavy hitters in there, bro.
Yeah.
I think I gotta make some phone calls, see who all come to the Red and Black event, man. So yeah, but like I said, everybody that voted, before everybody on the panel, I know y'all voted. Thank y'all so much, man.
Yeah.
Y'all really opened a lot of doors for me. And so trust and believe.
He had a lot of votes. So good. And we're excited to hear that. You got in there. Congratulations again.
I like his fit. I like his outfit. Okay.
Y'all think I want to see that night. What?
That fit says nothing but trouble. That's all that shit saying right there.
Don't do that. We not gonna do that.
Nah, man, congratulations, man.
I was gonna say my cussing out for Magnus tall ass, but see, y'all gonna make me bring it out early.
Save for the regulators. We need that entertainment on the regulator.
Get wait on it. Oh yeah, that's my cousin E, y'all. That's my cousin, my man.
His cousin.
Cool came through and rock with me. So
they had some nice cars out there too.
Oh yeah. Hey y'all, if Don would have seen that damn Michigan truck, he would have won the damn
I got a picture of it. I need to send it to Don. I got a picture of that.
Nah, we don't need that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
Yeah, Don need to wet himself.
That's it. For the love of God, don't do that.
Yeah, Don would have wet himself. We seen that Michigan truck though.
It was nice. I mean, it was spot on.
What you got to say,
Well, once again, like I said, congratulations to my brother Nyght. But as this healing that y'all brought upon us today, we definitely had to learn that we cannot take these regimes for these teams for granted. It's not easy it's not easy to get back to the promised land if you're not willing to do the work, not willing to go through the processes. That's not just the Atlanta Falcons, but that just goes for us on everyday life here. And what I will say is grow the hell up. Let's get this shit done. And you better be glad you wasn't a Buffalo Bills fan in the 90s.
Ooh, yeah,
and in the words of my Uncle Hewlett, make sure you wipe your mouth.
Exactly. But good show tonight, ladies, as usual. As they say. That's all I gotta say.
Flowers. We're gonna hand it over to Miss Auntie Pam. You got to say, lady.
Oh well, new team, new regime. Time to get on board. Support our Falcons. They have a process in play, And if you listen to their press conference, they telling you what's going on, you know. So I'm just looking forward to the season. Can't wait. Looking forward for the schedule to come out. Looking forward to training camp. Just looking for the season to start. That's it.
Absolutely. And then Miss Ty, go ahead and give your last sip, and then we're gonna head us out because Ty. Let's talk about it is actually on Atlanta Falcons.
Let me say something real quick. Let me just be rude, this guy. Because I want people to understand this. For one, me personally, man, like I had a vision from the very beginning, Maggie, and I had a vision from the very beginning that we want to be an influence, and we wanted to start a organization that would help build character, one, but we wanted to help people. That was our main goal for creating AFN, was to help people. And I can honestly say a couple of people on here, 6 Man being one, Kai, and she almost made Mad Mike cry. The first time she gave me her, the first time she talked about, how hard it was for her in watching our show. It helped her get through her rough time. So, one, I've seen the growth in the K-Styles, a man that didn't have a lot of confidence in himself. Kai, Asia has come so far from where she was. You couldn't even get her to talk. Okay, and now she's showing her beautiful personality. All right, she's such a beautiful person, and like I said, all the thing that she's gone through, K-Styles, and Miss Pam always been one of the go-to, and I'm talking about go-to people. She's always there when you need her. Always there when you need her. So I say this. I say all that to say this, man. If anybody's the most blessed man in the world right now, is me. Is because everybody, and they call me Mad Mike for a reason. Okay, I'll just say that I'm Mad Mike for a reason. But a lot of people took the time out to like really truly understand what our vision is, and they get behind the loud noise, the loud talk, the cursing. We actually help people right there, and we dedicated to that. So when we see, Kai asking to donate, this is what we trying to do. We're trying to make a difference. We're making a difference. So my mental space and Champagne Conversations is not just a talk show. This is a movement. We are here to change people. We are the movement. So that being said, goddamn it. All right. And I see. I didn't curse, guys. I didn't curse, girl. I didn't curse.
So it's Champagne.
You ain't Man Mike growing up, baby. Man Mike growing up. I didn't curse. So I say all that to say this, man. I thank all y'all, man. Nyght Ryder, like I said, that man, for him to go through all the stuff that he's been going through this man still got a smile on his face. He's still happy. He's still the same person here. So the bottom of my mad, angry heart, I appreciate y'all. And that's all I got to say.
Hey, man.
Thank you.
Love you, man.
Appreciate it. Miss Kai. OG, if you go, you can follow after that. But Miss Kai.
Well, I would say real quick, with the Falcons, let me say my piece really quick on that, and then I have a couple of other things. So with that, guys, we spoke about the Super Bowl, and for you, the Super Bowl may not have brought anxiety. It could be other things, but I know for the most part, the Super Bowl was it was just the face of anxiety for us fans. But at some point, or just try to find your peace, how you can have, longevity and peace and fun as a fan, because it's gonna be ups ups and downs. Even if we become like, get that where we have this dynasty where we're just winning, like the Patriots winning multiple Super Bowls, and you see what happens. Something, it comes to an end, and it's called cycles, because you have older, what you call your seasoned people, vets retiring,
Yep.
out of the way. You got your younger. Things have evolved tremendously since then, since 2016, 2017 to now, and that's under 10 years. So just keep that in mind. So just evolve as a fan. Just ride or die with your team. But just have fun and find peace, because at the end of the day, that anxiety, that's wear and tear on your body. That's just like a car. You gotta think about your health and self-care, put that first. Then trust me, you're gonna find your way with that. Okay. So I just want to leave that, leave you guys with that. Secondly, so now, we mentioned my mental space. That was something I birthed back in 2021, just for my own struggles and challenges. I just woke up in the middle of the night and I wrote it down, the name and everything, because I said I want to create something in the community that I would want to go to, that I would feel part of. It's not only a community but a family. Okay. And so along with that, now my mental space is about, mental health, of course. But when we think of mental health, talking about mental health, it's always, we picture sitting down, just having conversations, negative thoughts. But really, that's the part when we talk about community, and you see it right there, building a community of hope and togetherness. That involves our youth, that involves our adults, whether I'll just say from age 0 to 100. Okay. And it's different. You can reach people. When you talk about mental health, you can reach that in very many different ways. That's through sports, that's through arts, that's through anything you can name of, cooking. And I look at that as a form of art, but you get where I'm going. That helps, right, with our mental, right? Especially when we are driven and we are guided into the things that we don't mind waking up and doing and being a part of every day, right? That makes us happy, right? I know we like money, but our happiness is key. Our peace is key. And so along with mental space, something that we're getting ready to do to add to that, because Mike mentioned, we're getting ready to start doing a lot of fundraising. A lot of the fundraising is going to be geared toward youth athletes, okay, to help with costs, because even my kids are a part of it. They have just even paying to just play, period, in a regular season, right? You have to call. It's called dues, right? You got to sign up. That cost.
Yeah.
Everybody can't afford that, right? And then you talk about travel, AAU during the summer. That's extra. That is for athletes who are really serious about, what they do, that sport. That costs alone. Again, you have 500 all the way to God knows what. Okay, we're talking about thousands, and then you're paying for hotels and transportation. So that costs. So monies raised as far as our youth athletes will be used towards paying for that, those type of things. And you never know, you can help people's dreams come true with that. Also, like I said, the art side of things, we have they need supplies and maybe have trips and different things like that as well. So when we're raising funds for my mental space, those are some of the top things that the monies will go to. And lastly, I'm trying to move quickly. Maggie pinned, I believe she pinned it up there. It is a link for, so my younger son, I should say, he does AAU as well. And his team or organization, which my mental space, we're going to talk about partnering with them to try to help, with the funds and get monies raised. And it won't stop with this organization. It will go from this organization to others. Okay. But that link is for Dream, Prepare, Compete. We call it a DPC, or Dream for short. He is class of 2030, my son, so he's 11. And we're trying to raise funds for the whole organization, actually. And pretty much it just says, help us meet our goal. The goal right now is only 2,000. We're raising money to make a difference and further our cause to meet new challenges. We've set up this campaign with a goal of 2,000. With your help, Dream can reach this goal and continue the work we've set out to do in this campaign. Please help if you can, because every donation makes a difference. So again, we're looking into the STEM program. If you guys aren't familiar, that's with the coding, different programs for our youth to get involved in. Yeah, so monies with
my
this.
nephew just got accepted into the STEM program.
So we're trying to have that in the organization. So I'm just giving y'all a little bit more details on it. So with the STEM program, and also we now have our own, because we travel to other tournaments. So we've created our own in-house tournament that we'll be hosting for other people from out of towners to come in and play with us. And we just actually hosted our first one a couple of weeks ago at New Birth Baptist Church. It's called ballingnetwork.com if you want to check that out. And it's BALLIN and then network.com, ballingnetwork.com. Just so I just want to back up what I'm telling you guys, especially with asking for money. So you can take a look at that and just kind of get familiar. But yes, definitely. So that's what I've been busy with. And like I said, you all will get more information about that with my mental space and the things. Because it's really y'all gonna hear about a big umbrella of everything like coming together, working together, even with Champagne Confessions, my mental space, AFN, Mad Mike Sports, 6-Man case, everything. It's so many. You all know the family, so you get my drift. So we're going to be out here doing some things because this goes beyond just playing the sport. It's mental. You all see our players, they advocate for mental health. We've had some ex-players. Who was that? What's my guy? Tight end.
Was it John Abraham?
Hayden Hurst.
It just retraded.
Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst.
Yep. And obviously, what's my boy? The one that got in trouble.
Calm down.
Calvin Ridley.
Calm down. Relax. You don't relax. Because
I hate when y'all. You can tell I've been under some stress because that's when I lose. Like I forget people's names really bad, but the doctor said that's kind of normal, but I don't like it. But anyway, that's my point is, mental health plays a very big part in just our everyday lives, and we're not even thinking about it. So that's it for me. Thanks for listening to everything I had to say. The link is posted. We'll probably post it on social media too. So anything helps, even if I don't care how much it is, anything helps and will be greatly appreciated. Okay.
Thank you. All of that information. I'm glad, we got so many avenues and things that better our youth. OG, did you get a chance to close out? And then, of course, I was trying to hand it off to Ty, but we don't. OG, you got some last sip thoughts?
Yeah, real quick, man. I'm gonna tell you something. As a person who worked in mental health for right at the better part of 20 years, it's something that you cannot gloss over. It's something that you can't just sweep under the rug or kick to the side. If you ever encounter somebody that's going through mental health situation, an extra 5 minutes ain't gonna disrupt or destroy your day. Sometimes that extra 5 minutes can be a life-changing moment and can save somebody's life. Dead serious. I literally caregiver for mental health for better part of 20 years. That's all I got on that, man. Hey, y'all got a good thing going right here. Champagne Confessions, y'all. Make sure y'all check this out every Tuesday night. I'm your man, OG Truth Hurts. And for everybody on here, we always seek and speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Maggie, take us home.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for the 2 hours that we did this thing. It got a little heated, but you know what? It just shows that we're still passionate about our team. The purpose of this is to bring us together so we can come together. And I've met some great people tailgating, going to games, hosting events, and things like that. I've met some amazing individuals outside of football, outside of basketball, outside of baseball. These are people that have real lives, and sports is that avenue to kind of escape what's happening at home, escape their mental. So a thing that's going to make you happy, sad, excited, look forward to a game, appreciate that. Let's get out of our heads about what should have, could have, would have, and all this fighting and beefing with one another. It's pointless. At the end of the day, we have a fan base and get along, because a lot of people saying that Atlanta Falcons teams, Atlanta teams, we don't get together. We don't support, we got to start showing them that we
set an example.
Set an example. So if it starts here, it starts here. On that note, the Red and Black event is July 13th. Find my social media accounts and click on the Facebook site.
Yeah.
VP. But
might be some special gifts coming, y'all.
Out the way. You go buy your pack of cigarettes. You go buy your church's chicken.
What we say, man? Smoke a blunt a month with your boy, man Mike. Pass the blunt a month. If it's $1.99 for the rest of the month, y'all can do that, right? Y'all can do it. $1.99. All I ask is for a blunt. Just pass a blunt to your boy. That's it.
Hey, Mike, hold on. Hey, get what? We got cups. We got cups. We got cups.
Cups. Oh my God.
Seriously, we're going to have a good old time, and the proceeds will go back to the school supply fund, along with the things and projects we have for the youth and everything else. We'll have it hosted probably at General's Lounge again, where the teachers came in at a cocktail and they was able to come out with some supplies. So, good old time, y'all. But on that note, donate. So the next time Champagne Confessions will be back same time next week, 8 p.m. Eastern. But go on over here in Atlanta Falcons Nation. Type it in, Atlanta Falcons Nation. Ty is still on the board. Go ahead and tune into his show. Flood them right now, all of y'all.
Let's flood them.
Flood them.